What's up everybody, this is Boywithafishtank and today I'm bringing you an African cichlid update. Sorry for that. But there are some exciting updates that I need to show you guys, and I think you guys will really like it because I really like it myself. You might see an Auratus fry right here. All of my Auratus fry has been moved to this tank. They're doing very well. You can see some of them right here. None of them has been eaten. Sorry for these spots of algae on the glass here, but I have left it for the Plego, but he doesn't seem to mind these small spots of algae. Anyway, you can see them hiding in the new plant I've put up over here. You can see that right there. That is the old plant that was in my fry tank before. You can see some Java fern floating around. You know, so these guys are really awesome. They steam around, they like school together, and they eat well. They eat some flake food and things like that. So I got some Malawi flake food, so they can get some of that. They don't really eat pellets yet. They're not big enough for that. But I was actually afraid that these guys might have been eaten when I was putting these guys into the tank. Because, you know, I got my really big Kenya, you know, he's huge, and my Frontosa, and you know, my Benostis, and the Ali. But what happened was that I had those 6 fish in my bag, in my acclimation bag, and I basically first started by catching one and putting it down there just to see if anything wrong would happen. But nothing really happened. It would just swim around like, whoa, this is a big aquarium, right? And the fish would just chase them around like normally, you know, show that they're the boss. Not really the big fish, but more the smaller fish, and the Auratus male would show himself. He would dance in front of them, making his mating dance. So, you know, it was really not a problem. So I waited a half hour to see if anything happened. Nothing really happened, so I just put the rest of them in there. And they're all doing great. You can't see them all out in the open yet, and they often hide in the hole down underneath this rock, in the cave down there, because I guess that's just, you can see right there, I guess that's just how they hide mostly. But there are 6 of them in here. The 2, I actually originally had 8, but the 2 of them suddenly died here for a couple of days ago. I don't know why they died, but it really sucked. But yeah, it died, and I didn't really have lots of options there, but I still had 6 left, so I just put them in here. I was really making a hard decision, because if they would get eaten, I would just lose everything that I've had for like 9 months now. So it was a very tough decision to make actually, but after what I've read and things like that, they don't really eat smaller cichlids that much, only if they're really tiny. And these guys are soon on the size of my my yellow lab, so they're getting bigger. You can see one right there. It's just sifting around the sand. Right, there's 2 right there actually. Look at those guys, and one in the back. Really good colors. These guys got really nice colors. I've also always fed them with myces and things like that, so they're really healthy and stuff like that. I actually think I might feed them some myces and some seaweed or some flake food today, because I actually found that Mabuna actually eats a lot of seaweed, and they actually quite enjoy that. So I might try that out. So I also have to feed my saltwater tank over there. A new update is gonna come on that saltwater tank in next week, because there's a lot of new updates that might be coming up. I'm not quite sure yet, but there will be coming some updates. You can see the yellow tank is doing fine. He's just swimming around calmly. Everything is growing fine. Anyway, you know, so I'm really happy for these small cichlids. I'm really happy that they are acclimating well to this system and that they don't have any problems. They don't really chase my other fish as much. They only really chase themselves. Like sometimes they chase the other Auratus, you know, show that they're the boss. But I'm pretty sure that when they get older, they're going to get pretty well acclimated into this Iraqi. You know, I got a Kenya, a very aggressive cichlid. I got my other Auratus male over there, very aggressive cichlid. You know, Auratus are just really aggressive Mabuna, one of the most aggressive Mabuna out there. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to acclimate pretty well. But I if I could, I would really breed them, but I really can't, because you know, then that would be inbreeding, and we don't want that. That is what we want to avoid. But I don't really have any choice if you know, they actually decide to breed sometime. But you know, so I'll try to avoid that as much as possible. I don't know how I'm going to avoid that. Maybe not feed them as much live food or something like that. But we'll see what happens, because it was really easy for me to breed these Auratus. Like, I didn't even expect any of my cichlids to breed, but they did. And you can just see a little guy right there. I think they are really awesome. I really love Auratus. They've always been my favorite cichlid. I really like the yellow belly and the stripes right there. It looks really cool. They're really cool as small fry, because you know, not a lot of other fries school in the same way as a Auratus fry does. Actually, when I was out at the Blue Planet, which is Denmark's aquarium, they had like this huge school of Auratus in a really big African cichlid tank that really inspired me to put these guys in there. Actually, this guy is away from the others. He always hides in that cave right there where the Cynodontis swam over. He never really hides together with the others. That's kind of strange, but he doesn't. Anyway, they had like really a ton of Auratus fry, and they would like steam together, or school together. It was really cool. So I decided to do that myself, but only a half year after that. So, but I was pretty sure that for a half year ago I wasn't even able to put them in there, because they were a lot more smaller than this. But they've reached an acceptable size now. They're really awesome. Just look at those guys. You know, all the other cichlids are doing fine. Like the Auratus is doing fine. The Acclimating is doing fine. The Venusis is still getting chased like hell, and you can see he actually got a wound on his belly right there, which is kind of sad, but he's doing well. The Kenya is as aggressive as usual. The Johanni, the same with that guy. The Cynodontis are growing like crazy right now. It's really annoying. And my Frontosa is just hiding like usual, or well, not hiding, but staying in the back. He's a very peaceful fish. The Ali is doing fine too. He usually just swims in the top area of the tank. Yeah, there's not really a lot more to talk about, I guess. The yellow lab, where's the yellow lab? The yellow lab swims together with the Auratus fry. He actually really likes them for some reason. Maybe he feels like he has some company now. I'm not quite sure. But he swims together with them constantly, and just checks them out. I don't know if he's kind of showing out that he's the boss of the Mabuna group, but we'll see what happens. You know, actually the Johanni cichlid is also a very aggressive cichlid. He also, right when I put these Auratus fry in, he of course began to chase them a lot. So, but I think this tank looks really boss right now. Just look at that. All the plants are looking really nice. The fish are just swimming around. And yeah, it's just looking really nice. Everything is healthy. Everything is going well. So yeah, I hope you guys like this new little update with these small little fish. So, you know, I'm used to Planet Tank freshwater aquariums, and in those aquariums I always had these small schooling fish, and it's really cool to have some smaller Auratus fry in here, especially when they thrive. So yeah, that's really all I have to tell you guys in this update. So sorry for that, for Mommy there, floating in the water on top of the water right there. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys in another video.